Welcome back. Now, here's a shocking stat. Heart disease and stroke cause 1 in 3 deaths among women each year, more than all cancers combined. But here's an even more shocking number. 80% of cardiac events can be prevented with education and lifestyle changes. Carrie Lamont and Craig Hoover are here to tell us how going red for women can help with that effort. Thank you both so much for sitting down with me today.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Now, Carrie, I actually want to start because you have a very personal reason why you support this effort and why you're here today.
Right, exactly. So it's kind of twofold. I work in healthcare, and we work with an elderly population. I work for Beata Home Healthcare. We take care of a lot of patients that are dealing with heart disease, cardiovascular challenges, stroke victims, and it means a lot to me to be able to help people recover from those injuries and illnesses. But about 3 years ago, I lost my mom, and so it became more personal to me. And as the daughter of a mother who's raising my own daughters, I realized there is so much more that needs to be done on the prevention end, and the research, the education, living a healthier lifestyle way ahead, so that we're not dealing with the chronic diseases late at life as much as we are now. So when that came to become a big part of what I'm trying to do, I sought out some different channels to partner, and the American Heart Association was a logical choice for me. So I'm very excited to be chairing this year's Go Red for Women Lunch and to continue spreading the word.
I think that I did say that it is a more shocking stat to hear that 80% is preventable by lifestyle changes, by being educated, and that's exactly what we're doing here today. We're giving everybody that information they need. And so what can we do? What can we do in the support of this or in the effort of going red?
Right, so I think one of the most important things for me, being a younger woman with children of my own, was to not stick my head in the sand and not pay attention to my health. I've actually have a PCP now, believe it or not. I had no primary care physician for many years. I was a healthy young woman, still am. But I know that I need to know more about my health and my history and my risk factors. So one of the things, and maybe Dr. Hoover, you could elaborate a little bit on the website. There is a website that you can go and get your healthy women's wellness stats, and then learn to talk to your physician about it.
There's a misconception that heart disease is a disease of old men. And especially in southern Arizona, with disproportionate number of Hispanics, it's much higher prevalence in Hispanics. And there are a few risk factors that we need to identify. Smoking is a modifiable risk factor. We talk about things that you can't change. You can't change how old you are. You can't change your genetics. But you can change your exercise, your diet, and smoking. Mm-hmm. So those are big ones. Carrie and I spoke earlier. The American Heart Association, American College of Cardiology have come together, and there is a risk assessment tool that's out there online. It's called CV Risk Calculator. Okay. CV for cardiovascular, riskcalculator.com. And you can enter your basic information, male, female, what's your blood pressure, what's your cholesterol numbers, and it'll come up with a risk of having a cardiac event over the next 10 years.
Wow. And
we then can rate that as kind of low, medium, high risk, and it gives you as a patient some tools to go to your doctor and talk about, what should I be doing?
You know what, you really hit a nerve with me, Carrie, talking about you didn't have a PCP, you thought you were a young, healthy woman. Unless I'm sick, why do I need to go in? Unless there's something to be that I need to go. I love that you're saying that there is somewhere to go online where we can just put in our information and know where we're at. All of this is going back to being educated.
Yeah. So Go Red, actually, if you use that as an acronym, it stands for something. It stands for Women's Health Advocacy, but it's a good acronym to kind of hone in on the steps we have to take. G is to get your numbers. Your blood pressure, your cholesterol, even your glucose is important for predicting risk of cardiovascular disease. So know your numbers. O is to own your lifestyle. You know, make healthy choices, exercise, eat right. Just the small little things we can do every day will lead to a longer, healthier life. R is to raise your voice, speak out against the risk factors. E is to educate not only yourself, but your family, especially for me as a mom. I'm trying to educate my children now. And then D is donate. So donate and support the research and the advocacy that the American Heart and other organizations are trying to raise money for.
And a great way to do that is with a luncheon that's coming up.
Absolutely.
And tell me a little bit about the luncheon.
So it's September 23rd. It's going to be at the Westin La Paloma this year, and we have a health expo that kicks off the festivities about 10 in the morning. So we'll have a variety of different kinds of companies and vendors, lifestyle, longevity, health, wellness, things to come learn, see, do, play. And then during the lunch, we have a couple of keynote speakers. We have a neurosurgeon who's going to be coming to speak a little bit on stroke prevention. We have a survivor, a young woman actually, who had a heart attack in her 40s and lived to tell about it. She's going to be a passion speaker to educate a little bit about her story. And we have a great keynote. The head coach of the U of A gymnastics team is going to be speaking as well.
Well, I think all of this is leading back to education. The luncheon would be a great opportunity to start that. So I'm going to let everybody know again one more time the information on that. Thank you guys so much for coming today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Tucson's Go Red Luncheon is being held at Westin La Paloma on Friday, September 23rd. For tickets and more information, visit TucsonGRFW.heart.org.